Alright, let's fucking get it, lads. Let's go. We are back now. I've actually got a full like I look like a nerd now, but I've got two monitors, a full PC, like I've got my webcam, I've got everything. Got my little bit of sunlight peeking through the background. It's good, it's good, it's good. It's been a good month. Some investments have been made. Alright. We're up this month. And this is a trade recap on the trades I took just a few days ago. Monday the 20th of July to be specific. What's the day now? 22nd, 2 days ago. Alright, well, we'll get straight into it. Was it 2.6 risk to reward? It's been a while. Alright, let me think. What do I actually... Yeah, we'll start with daily bias, yeah. So, but Mysterious green line. First things first, we had this BPR created. So large move up, large move down, BPR, and you know what BPR is. Alright. So because we didn't push through, because you know BPR was created like this and not like this, we didn't push through. I was then not like immediately looking for shorts. But that's kind of obvious because we went up this day. Alright, fuck, I'm yapping. I'll get to the point. Alright, so I marked out 4-hour highs and lows. We had, actually, I'm going to go before the day occurred, because maybe that will bring some insight to my speaking ability. So we'll go back here. Alright, now we'll mark out 4-hour highs and lows. Alright, we didn't push through this BPR. So I want some organic price action to occur. Well, 4-hour high here. New week opening gap which has been filled. Well, we just pushed up. So where are we going to target? You know, most of the time after we create a BPR, we don't just like instant just fucking send it in the other direction. Because well, that's what this down bit is, sending it in the other direction. So don't just do that again. So that's maybe a reason why I'm looking for shorts. We got 2 4-hour lows here, and then Asia lows as well, which are being created here. Yeah, this is like the manipulation. Looking at what news was there? Yeah, so there was no news. Okay. Actually, that's a trade I'm in right now. Fuck. Yeah, well, looking for shorts, because what there's nothing to target highs. There's these equal highs, I guess. But like, yeah, no, that's a pretty good target actually. Yeah, like I was gonna say that's a little bollocks, but it's not a little bollocks. It's actually a pretty good target. I don't really remember my mind, like what my mind was doing. You know, it was quite a while ago, 2 days ago, in fact. But I was bearish, right? Just fuck you, I was bearish. We had these lows, we had this low. This was our manipulation. Okay, that was our manipulation. Simple as that. Yeah, equal highs taken out in our Asia session, and then we traded New York session. So let's see what London session did. Ah, now I remember. Yes, I recall all of a sudden. I knew these highs were too good to be taken as short off. I knew I wasn't that retarded. So we ended up kind of, did we take them out or like we tickled them a little bit? Why the fuck is it just on a box? Yeah, well, we created equal. We created equal highs. Usually, I don't short away from equal highs, but that is like in a case like this. I wouldn't short now. You know, I wouldn't treat this as a London fake out, although that's what it was. A lot of the time, we would go back up to take out those highs in London session, which I thought it was weird that we didn't. So to me, that's just like an example of a lot of sell side pressure, downward pressure, because in my eyes, we would have done something more, you know, this and back up, but instead we decided to dump, little reversal, and we pushed further down. So, you know, that's like, oh yeah, we definitely want to be looking for sells. I'm not sure why I didn't look for anything in London session open, but that's beside the point, I guess. Yeah, so we kind of invalidated these highs as a target because of just what we've done here. Like, we just dumped, you know, there's no way, like, we haven't really manipulated anything. If we want to go higher, now we need to take out at least these. I would say probably these as well. So they're my take profits. Then for actual lower time frame confluences, well, equilibrium. It's a very nice equilibrium, 5-minute imbalance in the middle. There are two main confluences there. And then so this usually would get me to actually be risking 2%, but because I have three different like risk management things. I got 1.5%, 2%, 2.5%. Those are like the trade sizes I'll take. I took 1.5% here. Well, actually, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. I do show this on the stream a decent amount, but it's just this is just like so I have it here written. Like I've got it in my head anyway, but this is just so it's actually in writing. And when I say strong bias, weak bias, I don't mean like sometimes you can just have a little bit of extra consolidation and it makes me think that the likelihood of a large move is less. So that's kind of what I mean by weak bias. I don't actually mean like a really weak bias, because if it was, then I wouldn't end up taking the trade, if that makes sense. And pretty much with this, so we had our two confluences, which were this 5-minute imbalance and this 5-minute, or maybe 5-minute equilibrium. So those were the two confluences. So I would usually then take it 2%, but I only did 1% mainly because of like this. We just kind of came up and we sat around here. This whole region really was just very consolidatory. Yeah, many big words. So that's why I didn't want to risk 2%. But then we had the breaker structure below majority of this consolidation here, entered, and you know, the rest is fucking in history books. Boom. Yeah, how much did I make off that trade? I think I made, on my 10k funded, I made about 300, putting me above break even. No, yeah, 300, yeah, 300, okay. Yeah, okay. 300 and then 75 on the, so I've got a 2.6, that's my live account. Is it focused? It's not doing its job. This shitty fucking 30 quid Amazon webcam isn't doing its job. But that says now 2.6k pretty much. And I made 70 quid. I'm just trying to be telling people what I'm making because, like, I'm a day trader, but I'm poor. Yeah, shit, what else is there to say? One thing I'm thinking about with my risk management strategy, because those confluences I have written down here for this shit is pretty much for like a 5-minute equilibrium always up, or I guess a 1-minute equilibrium counts kind of, but I never really trade off 1-minute equilibriums. But usually it's from a 1-minute fair value gap, whereas this case it was a 5-minute imbalance, which could be the reason why we consolidated a little bit longer, because we spent more time actually filling orders. But usually the higher time frame the confluence, the more powerful it is. So maybe that's something to keep in mind. You know, maybe it's what we risk 1.5% if we have the 1-minute fair value gap. If we have the 5-minute, we risk 2%. And I don't tend to do any higher look at like confluences or higher time frame than 5-minute. These are all like daily bias confluences, not actual entry and continuation. Maybe 15-minute, but I don't know. I don't like, to me, this is just a daily bias. That's like making me just want to look for shorts rather than actually enter off this here, which technically you could have entered and but it just speaking words. But I think that is it, showing you my sort of mindset a little bit on risk management, you know, the power of different confluences and the actual trade that I took with full, what's the word, when like transparency, that's the word I was looking for. So yeah, that is the trade I took a couple of days ago, getting me above break even on the funded account. A little check on this. We're consolidating now. We're doing fucking nothing. There's so many highs here. Hopefully we win this, and I'll make a trade. Well, I'll make a trade with Cafe either way. But I'm gonna start actually locking in on this. I'm gonna start posting now. I'm not saying it's gonna be as regular as daily, but give me a week or two, and I'll get there. Got some shit to sort out first. Then yeah, daily YouTube videos, did pretty much daily streams. I know now I'm only doing New York session streams. That's been working, but soon maybe, like I said, 2 weeks or so, should be working less and putting a lot more time into this, which would be good. All right, thank you lot for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.